Years of working with Eritrean community, we have developed a solid friendship, respect and trust with many activists and partners in the Eritrean community. Some of them are here, since there are so many, no need to name all of them. So today, we take pride in our role and contributions to what has been reached among Ethiopia and Eritrea. Not only because Eritrea has been our friend, as I said before, during the darkest hours, being a friend in need, a friend indeed, rather because one, we deeply believe that despite the tragic recent past that caused the sacrifice of tens of thousands of Ethiopians and Eritrean lives and limbs, the suffering of millions due to no war, no peace situation, Eritrea and Ethiopia's destiny are intertwined. Their unique relationship for millennia, the many ties that bind the two people, should be anchored on a new framework on the basis of deep understanding, trust, strategic partnership based on respect and mutually beneficial arrangements. The nature of such relationship cannot be other than far-reaching, visionary, and strategic that would advance the interest of both Ethiopia and Eritrea for generations yet to come, for posterity. The second reason is because we deeply believe that this is the only way we can survive and thrive in this globalized world that is becoming more complicated and with all kinds of fault lines that are ever emerging in the region and beyond. This is the only way the two people can muster their potential and human and natural resources to combat poverty, to mitigate climate change, reverse the alarming environmental degradation in the region, develop strategies and policies for sustainable economic development with so much potential by bringing resources from both sides toward joint ventures, programs, and projects of all kinds, and work on joint defense and security arrangements and the attendant institutional designs where Ethiopia and Eritrea can both benefit by ensuring a safe and secure sub-region in the Horn of Africa. Therefore, able to withstand all forms of threats that exist in the sub-region, from extremism to terrorism, piracy in the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean, which are lifelines for trade and economic development for the region, as well as vital in geostrategic and geopolitical terms. Such an arrangement would allow the two countries to overcome other forms of threats that will no doubt emerge in the short and long term due to regional and global interests in the region, both from state and non-state actors. These were among the issues we have discussed, advocated in public in the past so many years. Last but not least, ensuring that justice, liberties for our people is vitally important. For no peace, durable peace and stability will endure and sustain without justice and liberty being enjoyed by all citizens and society at large. So we have to also work on justice and liberties to prevail and consolidate in both Ethiopia and Eritrea, as well as the sub-region. The advent of peace and broad agreements reached by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and President Isaias have now ushered a new chapter, a new beginning for all, for peace, stability, and cooperation and partnership. Such a precondition would allow both countries to shift all human, material, and financial resources deployed towards the prevailing no war, no peace condition, towards programs and projects to tackle and overcome a range of challenges and threats for both Ethiopia and Eritrea and Horn of Africa sub-region, which I enumerated above. The amount of resources that were spent on military hardware, the drain on national economy, the unnecessary and undesirable outcomes, the human resources once engaged in defending borders can now help on post-war reconstruction. The impact of the hitherto prevailing no war, no peace on social, historical, cultural, and traditional norms, particularly in areas close to the conflict areas, the psychological damage it created on the publics, the pull factor on youth in both Ethiopia and Eritrea, which led to countless youth displaced and deaths all over the world, need to be addressed. A deep and societal level reconciliation and healing of wounds between the peoples of Eritrea and Ethiopia need to be designed and implemented. No doubt, there will be challenges ahead when it comes to the many thorny issues, and the details need much hard work and vitally important perspective of reaching a win-win formula or design for a robust partnership in every sphere needs to be worked out. Such details need to ensure that one party does not ride on the back of the other. Therefore, prevent threats that would reverse the hard-won peace and normalization of relationship. Agreements should be made transparent and very clear to both Ethiopian and Eritrean people. In other words, working out the details and crafting an enduring and suitable framework of partnership and cooperation needs political maturity, learning from lessons of mistakes and blunders made by political elite in the past decades, focusing on the big picture, patience, and nurturing trust that has been in deficit for the past 50 years of our checkered history. Foresight and political wisdom are all requisite pillars in building and consolidating the new path, starting in the relationship of Eritrea and Ethiopia. Very clear process and joint bodies that will help to arbitrate and resolve disputes and problems that may arise from time to time going forward will take the peace and normalization process a long way towards what President Isaias once expressed as the sky is the limit, referring to the great potential for the depth and breadth of the future of Ethiopia and Eritrea relationship and partnership. Thank you very much. Long live the relationship of Ethiopia and the Eritrean people in peace, harmony, and partnership.